Well, it's been a long time since we got support for these, but Go Onizuka is getting more Gouki support with a new Fusion and Synchro, which I'm gonna take it as the aftermath after his Dino Wrestler stuff, because these cards also go with the dinosaurs. But anyway, let's begin. So we start off with Gouki Machine Suplex, which is a level 4 Earth Warrior tuner with 1800 attack, 0 defense, and yes, this will be the first Gouki tuner, and both effects are going to be hard once per turn. With the first one is, you can reveal this card along with another Gouki monster from hand and special summon both of them, but you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except for Gouki as long as you have these two monsters. Not a problem since you're going to be summoning within archetype anyway, and the part where you need another one in hand. Considering that Goku has a lot of effects where when they go to the graveyard, they search another copy, this condition of summoning the other one isn't even too bad. And also, being able to summon two monsters at the same time just for material for your extra deck play is also very nice. So already, this is pretty good, but it has a second effect where if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one Gouki card from your deck to your hand except itself, which, like I said, they all have these type of effects. But of course, you mainly do this to extend play. And the fact that it's also a tuner, giving you access to synchro play. And then we go to the new fusion monster, Gouki, the Tyrant Ogre, which is a level 8 Earth Warrior fusion with 3500 attack, 0 defense, requires one Gouki Link monster along with one Warrior, Dinosaur, or Cybers monster. The other condition where it says Dinosaur or Cybers is basically when he was being a Soul Tech pawn using Earth's power, because at that point he was using Dino Wrestlers, which are dinosaurs, and he also used Crystal Heart, hence the Cybers. But anyway, the first effect is hard once per turn, where if this card's fusion summoned, you can target cards up to the number of link markers of the Gouki link material and destroy them. But if you use at least a link 3, those cards cannot respond in this effect's activation. Pretty nice, mass negate on summon, which could actually be quite helpful, especially if you prevents your opponent from activating anything, which in average you will probably use a Gouki link 3. With the second effect is that if this card battles, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step. These effects are always pretty nice, even though back row isn't as relevant these days. But overall pretty good for being a big beat stick that can mass negate on summon. And now we go to Gouki, the Dragon Ogre, which is a level 6 Earth Warrior Synchro with 2200 attack, 0 defense, requires one tuner and one more non-tuner, and each effect is hard once per turn. The first one is that if this are Synchro Summon, you can add one Gouki spell from your deck to your hand. Search on Summon is always pretty nice, but the second effect is that if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Earth monster you control, add one Gouki monster with lower attack from your graveyard to your hand. Also, while the targeted monster is face up on the field, your opponent can only target that monster for attacks. Gouki is a wrestling deck, so the idea of it targeting one of your big boss monsters is actually the idea here. But pretty much a synchro monster that is just meant to be used as material for other stuff, just to activate more effects and to extend plays. And into the last of the monsters here, Gouki the Shank Ogre, which is a link to Earth Warrior with 1900 attack, bottom left, bottom right, requires at least 2 Gouki monsters, and each effect is a hard once per turn. So the first one is, if a Gouki monster is added from your deck to your hand, except by drawing, you can special summon any number of Gouki monsters from your hand with different levels from each other, but you're restricted to special summoning Gouki monsters while those monsters are face up on the field. This is fine because you're practically just going to do more link play, or in this case with the next effect, during your main phase you can fusion summon one Gouki fusion monster from your extra deck by using materials from your hand or field as material. So this is just one way to do a fusion summon for the Gouki fusion monster, but considering that this is link 2, it's not going to get the full benefit of at least having 3. But the first effect on the other hand is just very handy because it's just more extended play and possibly going to link 4. And finally, the last card, Gouki Fighting Spirit, which is a continuous spell, and based on its artwork, it is a reference with the Dino Wrestlers, and it's kind of funny to see Gouki facing down with Dino Wrestlers since the character plays both decks. But anyway, you can only activate one of these per turn, with the first effect being that when this card resolves, you can special summon one level 4 lower Earth Warrior, Dinosaur, or Cybers from your hand in defense. So already, it's kind of playable with Dino Wrestlers. With the second effect of hard once per turn, you can tribute one link 3 or higher Gouki monster to special summon one Dino Wrestler or G Golem monster from your deck or extra deck. Yup, you can cheat out your big boss monsters that are Dino Wrestlers or G Golem from your deck or extra deck, which in a way, this card actually references to one of the cards that Go used to summon Crystal Heart. But I am kind of glad that they are adding a bit of Dino Wrestler to the Gouki deck since Go did play both archetypes, so it is kind of cool that they combine both of them, and especially the G Golem reference right there. And just being able to trade your link 3 for one of your big boss monsters in the extra deck, even though it's a different archetype, is pretty nice. But if you're playing pure Gouki, I don't think you're going to run this. And so that's it for the new Gouki support. What do you guys think of it? Honestly, it is basically just more extension with one cool new boss monster that can just do stuff. And it is nice that we get to see a Fusion and Synchro here since Go did play it in Dino Wrestler, but still no Exceed since Go never played Exceed monsters. But I'll take what we can get since it is kind of workable here. And also in a way adding Dino Wrestler to his deck, even though adding a bit more of that would be nice. But on that, that's it for this, and see you all next time.